what's up, y'all? Catabrod. Got us a little blast from the past. See who recognizes this one. Give up? Its creator, Extreme Aggression. Bought that from Sound Exchange. Kurt, many years ago. Many years ago. Look at that. Creator order. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I bought this many years ago when I was trying to play catch-up. Like, I'm metal now. I have to start acting like it. Young man, you're into metal now. You need to start acting like it. You need Creator, Extreme Aggression. Or you need to have heard of it. Or heard it. People always ask me if I'm into, like, thrash. And I keep saying no. And then I have stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm in that band. When somebody says, which favorite thrash band, I'm like, I don't know. Somebody asked me that, and I was like, I don't remember. Well, and then I started thinking, oh, wait, who the fuck is Morbid Saint? Like, Sacrifice, Creator, Evil Army. Come on, there's 4 of them right there, And I'm like, oh, yeah. It's just me. When you're like, favorite death metal albums, I'm like, oh, okay, I can get you a list of those. Yeah, black metal, I could do that, but it's like thrash metal. It's like a subgenre I like and I listen to, but I just never think about. I don't know why. These German motherfuckers knew what the hell they were doing back in the day. See? Nice little solo. That fucking drum fill was sick, man. Yeah, it was songs like this when I realized thrash can be good. It's like, okay, thrash can be good. Because, my knowledge of thrash is always like those Anthrax, Megadeth, Metallica, and it's like, I don't like any of those, really, at all. I'm like, I don't like thrash. If that's thrash, I don't like thrash. Then you come across stuff like this, and you're like, oh, wait, no, I do like thrash. If someone's favorite thrash band is Machine Head, you have a problem. Yeah. If that's your favorite one, like, oh, come on, man. Surely you can do better than that. I'm not even a thrash guy, and I'm like, wait, bro. Nah, I love the thrash guys with their battle jackets. Something I've always appreciated about that thrash scene. Their dedication to the look. That's what I liked about old school punk. Dedication to the look. But old punk was more of a vibe. New punk is like more of a fashion statement. Yeah. I sell more articles about no Nazis in punk. Ugh. Well, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, well, what's wrong with, yeah. No problem with that until they realize that's a Nazi, everything I don't like is a Nazi. It's like, and the punk scene, even my wife commented on how the punk scene seems like a bunch of little bitches compared to what they used to be. Because she's like, I've met guys your age, and there's not many of y'all left, and you're all mean as shit. And I was like, that's how everybody was. You went to shows, man. You had to be on your fucking best game, You never know. Somebody could just fuck you up just because, it's like, what's your favorite thrash band? Machine Head. Blah! It was never thrash, but in the punk scene, good God. These guys would throw hands for that shit. Metal guys, death metal guys would just talk shit to you, but they wouldn't, get that aggressive. Although I did know guys who could get aggressive, but it was never about the music. It's always about, like, everything else. Although I'm glad I can go to shows and not have to worry about some dude fighting me because I chose the wrong band to talk about. It was a thing. It wasn't common, but it would happen, and you'd hear about it, and maybe you'd see it, maybe you wouldn't. That was life. That was life, and we liked it. Isn't that right, Cat? Yeah, Cat with his hat. All right, Cat, what we doing? What we doing? We got some comments, and we got some notes. We'll hold off on the note. We'll go to this comment over here. What we got, Cat? Oh, Seize the Heartless. Shit, bro. Seize the Heartless. Great to hear. Great to hear you even mention it, even though I had a strong feeling you share the same opinion. I don't remember what that opinion was. Booklet that was linked to you called The Tip of the Iceberg by Greek anarchist Initiative Ortos that formed in 2019, around 2019. Conscious abstention from the elections. Here's the roughly translated part. More generally, no one can guarantee a voter that the party they choose will be honest and will follow any of its positions post-election, as parties and representatives are not legally bound in any way. Yeah, which brings us and talks about the issue of distrust in Greek elections. Begs the question, why should the citizens vote if the system is designed for the people in higher power to do as they please? I could go on about these issues. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Still don't know about that one. Oh, we're gonna... Yeah, if a person you vote for, like... Yeah, it seems like that happens. Like, vote for me, I'll do things. They get in there and they like, we're doing other things. We're never going to be coming close to that. We're doing other things. But you don't care about these things. Don't worry about these things that we're doing over here. And they've always been secretive and abstract about some of their ideas that they were working on very long term. I think somebody noticed the other day, it was like, man, some of these politicians are going to die, and those policies that they have are still going to be around. They're going to die soon, but just be from old age, and the policies they put in place will be there long after they're dead. Yeah, that's a form of immortality. The elites believe that through the state and the system, they can achieve their immortality through their actions. Yep, that's who you're dealing with. So, yeah, abstention from elections. Oh, I'm fucking done voting, y'all. Oh, I think I've had about enough voting. I think that whole system's run its course. It seems like somewhere between I'm a normal person and a person who says, hey, I'm gonna run for office. It seems like something happens that you're like, that person changes. And then post-election, it's like, dude, your name seems familiar, but I do not know who the fuck I'm looking at right now. You're not even the same person. I've known dudes in corporate America, and anybody been working for like 30 fucking years has probably seen this shit. You've seen all of y'all grunts who are like just the workers, you know. Although you have skills, you have trades, you're not down very low, but there's that corporate branch of like a lot of companies. For us, it was usually the investors that owned everything. We had investors that would own everything, and they'd own 10% of that company. So anyways, there was that corporate level, you know. And some guys, it's like middle management, you know, and then some other dudes is like foremans. So, you know, that tier above there. And some of y'all have been this tier up there and you know what's going on, but when you're like a normal dude and one of your friends gets promoted, it seems like they change immediately, you know. I've seen that. I knew a dude who was just cool as fuck. He was just cool as fuck. He was kind of lead only because we thought he was cool as fuck and we were going to do the damn thing he said anyways. So he just would sometimes just coordinate everybody and just let us go about our business. So when he was like, hey, I'm going to go up to corporate now, and we're like, oh, cool, right on. That's a logical step for you. And then he came back and was like, here's how we need to run this company. And we're like, bro, what happened to you leaving us the fuck alone because you knew we were going to do the damn thing anyways? And now you're like, here, change it up. Although some of his changes were positive, but you still wonder what the fuck goes on behind closed doors. What the fuck goes what goes on behind closed doors? Stutter. That's what happens when you do this live. And I'm not a professional speaky person, dude. Behind closed doors, money changes hands. If not money, words are exchanged that imply this is going to benefit the both of us in our little game. Fuck the people. Fuck the ruling class. Fuck the politicians. Fuck them all. They are not your friends. They are not here to help you. I don't give a damn what the fuck they say. Which brings me to this point over here. If you really hate the federal government, is everyone enjoying their military coup? You're watching the U.S. military, through the National Guard and a few laws, seize control of the federal government, and that is now trickling down to state and city levels. Yeah, Trump deployed 19 National Guard to 19 other cities. Yep. Well, there it goes. D.C. is gone. That form of federal government is all but gone. It is there in name only, and that is coming to a state near you. 19 other cities. I forget how many states that was, but it's a handful. They're in my state, and I've seen the National Guard move a lot of their materials around through some of these back highways. They did it weeks ago. This thing you're seeing now, like when this was cut, Trump just said the thing about going into the different cities. Like, bro, they were already there. They were there, staged and ready. All they had to do was wait for Monday to drop with some of those executive orders, which he filmed himself doing, signing. Ba-boom! Those troops were just sitting there, chomping at the bit, hidden. Like, seize, this is ours now. Oh, man. You telling me that ain't a military coup? I'm sorry. What would trigger it for you? What would trigger that in your mind to say, oh, no, that's a military coup? What would it be? I'm curious at this point. If you don't think that's what's happening, why not? You know, they've said they've all but said the words, and they've talked around the words so much, it's frustrating to listen to, because now it's just kind of, it's like a joke that ran its course 10 minutes ago. It's like, oh, you're still making the joke. That's great. Just jabbed my eye. So going with that will also be the Federal Reserve. I can imagine Monday morning when that Lisa Cook chick got fired. She's like, nah, he can't fire me. I was like, yeah, he can. You about to find out how he can. I can just imagine that same time Jerome Powell calling like 2. He's just his head just looking at that phone like, oh shit, what happened? Because he may not have known that was coming down. Yeah, if he was smart, he would have known something was coming down. So, if y'all hate government, you should actually be really happy, because a lot of government's going away. That's the good news of all of this. It's like, oh man, is he a dictator? Like, yeah, a legal one. But not really, because he has to share that power with the Secretary of Defense. So you literally have 2 people in charge. And anybody below that just views the orders as incorrect or illegal, and they're like, I ain't fucking doing them, now I got a lawyer to fuck you up. So, you know, these people are waiting for Trump to make a legal mistake. And he, like, literally hasn't. But every time somebody thinks they get him, he somehow, like, worms his way out of it. It's been going on for a few years now. I don't know how you're just now noticing that, but that seems to be what is happening. So, I hope you're enjoying it. Just know it's coming to an end soon, and some of the worst people around are going away. And then we get to go after the Federal Reserve. Shut that down too. Woo-wee. Shit, y'all, that's like new currency territory. That's how you get like a brand spanking new currency. You know, you ain't gonna have that U.S. Federal Reserve note. Hell no. You know, that U.S. Treasury note. You know, Kennedy, disappeared because that part of his head disappeared because of that same shit right there. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna wrap up here with Christoph Mrozia. Christoph, what's up, my brother? I ain't talking about homeless or something. He's like, oh, I know about it. I grew up in a town where the police would round up the homeless. Oh, yeah, I think we talked about this. Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. This is, it's obvious the powers that be are scared of us. Yeah, look at all the rioting, yeah. I think it spread in 2015 when Trump was attracting this big crowd. Oh, I know, those were insane, weren't they? Like, if people just saw that, it was like, oh, yeah, he's gonna be president. Let me talk about Nicholas a second. Yeah, man, I think we covered most of your comment here on another vid, man. Oh, AI. You were talking about AI. Oh, I do have one more comment about AI. Man, AI is never going to truly replicate music. It can create music, but you kind of notice it. You're like, it's lacking something. Yeah, it's lacking little quantizing errors in the performance, you know. And that's the things that give those that soulful feeling, like blues and some of jazz, like how those guys can just really bend their strings or just hang on to notes on a wind instrument or something and just hang on to it till like they're going to black out. You know, and you can hear that in the performance. Those are little quantizing errors. AI will never truly capture those performances, that emotion. Because those are done through performances. Humans have to perform their music. The machine doesn't. It just has to produce it once and it's done. But we have to keep doing it over and over again. So we put a little feel in there, you know, a little bit of feel in it. So you know you're seeing that live. AI will never figure that out. Because you have to understand what it's like to be alive and be exhausted or be tired. Yeah, you have to learn that, and then that's how we see, you know, emotion in each other. So those feelings of tired and sad and pain and elation. So, am I worried about AI? To a limited extent. It's a real awful thing, AI. And people seem to be cheering for it. I hope they separate us. I hope that's the new segregation. I hope that's the new form of segregation. Everybody who wants AI, go over there. Everybody who don't want AI, go over there. All right, cool. Y'all live in two separate societies now. Y'all will never bother each other again. Yeah, okay, cool. Those people who want to play their games can disappear. I hope that's the new form of segregation. You know, I want my people want my digital currency and digital everything. It's like, cool, get in the 15-minute city, goodbye. I mean, if they want it, what's the problem, right? What do you think, Cat? Howdy. I don't know. Some pain will last. That's what this is. Yeah, that's at track 5, ain't it? Well, shit, that's what I got. And I already got like a minute and a half left to go. Let's turn the creator up. Alright, y'all in the comments. Creator. What's your favorite album? Did anybody like that album Outcast? Like, there was one or two good tracks, but other than that, it just kind of sounded like less energetic. Creator. I guess that's like why Thrash never did anything for me. Is like a bad Thrash album's a pretty bad album. I guess that's not true. I guess a bad death metal album. Brutality's later stuff. Brutality in Mourning. That's kind of that's a sluggish album. Definitely not my favorite. Alright, y'all, that's Creator. That was the Cat. I'm the Cattle Prod. Appalachian Warlord. We'll see y'all next time.